Alex, dude, so tell me more about. You started telling me a little bit about that story, and I thought that would be a really good topic for us to discuss today. When with the must be nice, can you tell me a little more about it?
Yeah. So this is one of those stories, and I think we've all been guilty of this at some point, and something that I've actually had to correct in my mind. I corrected in my verbiage and when I say it. And I used to have a buddy of mine that I worked with. And every time we drove past somebody that had a nice car, nice house, nice whatever, suit, tie, watch, whatever it may be, his response to that particular person was, "Oh, it must be nice." You know, look how lucky he is.
Must be nice.
Right. Look how lucky he is. Oh, I bet he got whatever it is he got. I'm sure somebody handed it down to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And for me, it's one of those things, like every now and then I'll catch myself and somebody will be like, "Hey, dude, check this out." And I'll be like, "Oh, dude, that must be nice." And I stop and I say, "Wait a minute. I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like this."
Right. Well, and so what was it? I forget who the person that quoted it's a dead person, but that said, was it Michelangelo? Like if you knew it was, I'm pretty sure it was a famous poet.
Right.
He actually
Biggie
was
Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. But I think it was I think it was Michelangelo that said, if you knew. Man, I'm just going to butcher it, but essentially, if you knew the price I had to pay for my mastery, you wouldn't enjoy it as much. You wouldn't desire it as much.
Well, and all that time spent with 3 other turtles, that's wrong.
Wait, it wasn't. No, that was the one.
Okay, good.
He was talking about his jujitsu.
Right.
No, but yeah, so that mindset, and ultimately, and I don't know who that person was, and that's outstanding because, of course, I don't mean anything negative or anything against that individual, but ultimately that boils down to that shortage mindset versus that abundance mindset.
Right.
And that shortage, I mean, that's a red flag for yourself. When you're saying that yourself, it's a shortage mindset. It is nice to have what that person has. We don't know what sacrifices that person has made so far. We don't know how much work they put in, how much sweat, how much. I mean, I hope not, but like that person might have destroyed their family to have that. Now, how nice is it?
Yeah,
that's a scarcity mindset. Saying that must be nice. You can have that, and you don't have to destroy your family to do it. The point is with that abundance mindset, we see something, we say, "Oh, you know what? I like that. I want to work for that."
Right. Well, and the other concept of it is this, and I get this from time to time. People are like, "Oh, dude, it must be nice to have this. Must be nice to have that." Like people will tell me that. What people don't realize is, I've had a car repossessed. I've been evicted from an apartment.
Yeah.
I've had negative dollars in my checking account. I've had to go take out a payday advance loan to get food and stuff like that. So, yes, must be nice, but trade me for all the hardship that I had to go through to get to must be nice.
Yeah, and maybe going through that, it wouldn't be as nice.
Right.
But and that's where it comes down to is not quitting. The person that says must be nice, we're just going to keep using that one that as an analogy for today. But the person that says must be nice, they're using that statement as a way to relinquish the responsibility to achieving that.
Correct.
You never stopped.
Right. Well, and it's a crutch. I mean, when you look at it and really distill it down, I love the word distill it down. I don't know why. Maybe because I like whiskey, but
maybe it's because of whiskey. I don't know.
Could be. Must be nice. No, but
we got to bring some whiskey on the show.
I've got some. I've actually got some really good whiskey
right here.
Dude, I got an awesome decanter that.
Perfect.
Right, but no, to break that down. When people say that, it's a crutch to be like, hey, I can't do that. It must be nice that person was able to do it because I can't. And it's allowing yourself the opportunity to not even pursue a goal that you potentially have because it must be nice.
And furthermore, the odds that whatever this thing is that person has that it was given to them or was easy or the odds are extremely slim to none. But maybe it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe they won the lottery, which by the way, if they did, they got off their ass and went and bought the ticket. But maybe they won the lot. Maybe parents paid. Okay, whatever it was, right? Let's say they were absolutely lucky. Their luck. If they had luck, their luck is a display of what's possible. Why are you hating on it?
Right.
You can be lucky too.
Right. Well, and honestly, those people that are quote unquote lucky,
there's no such thing as
very
luck.
few. Very
hate
few.
To ruin it.
Right.
Keep
Well,
going.
and there's very, very few. But more importantly, those people may not even be happy. the big thing is they say a lot of lottery winners are the most unhappy people they've ever met. And the reason being is because they've got all their nice stuff, but it's come at such a severe sacrifice that they're not happy.
Yeah.
So you may look at an individual and say, hey, must be nice. That individual may be on their way to divorce.
I mean,
on their way to see their child, once
dude, it's heavy shit, but it's what's real. I mean, they might be contemplating suicide right now, and you're talking about what must 100%. Be nice.
Yeah.
Like, I can speak from that level. I've been there, but like, the weight of contemplating suicide, like how heavy is that? And you're over there saying that's nice.
Yeah.
Like that's not nice. You would never want that weight. You ever heard the saying that said, I heard it like one time, I heard it say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Preparation H.
Prep H meets opportunity.
Right.
Then I guess that's luck.
But there's that's extremely valid.
And the thing is, stay prepared because opportunities are coming nonstop. You can't stop the opportunities that are coming to you.
Right.
If you're not seeing the opportunities that are coming to you, it's because you have neglected to see them. But you can't stop the opportunities that are coming to you. If you stay prepared, you're going to be a real lucky person in life.
Well, and you have to identify opportunities. The biggest thing is we can sit back and be like, oh man, the dude that invented the gel cap, which I met, the guy that invented the gel cap that Tylenol uses.
One?
I had the opportunity of meeting that individual. Had no idea who he was. He was no different than you and I. Like he's shorts, t-shirt, like, hey guys, what's up? And he leaves. And the guy that was at the shop I was at was like, you know who that was? I was like, some white dude with some loafers, And they're like, no, that's the guy that invented the gel cap. But what I'm getting at here is there's opportunity if we look for it. For example, the COVID pandemic, there's so many pieces of opportunity. Like you could have got into customizing and designing masks, which is a lucrative opportunity right now because so many people are now doing that. They're putting on a mask and it's got to be stylish. I see people with the little C's, the whatever it is, Coach or something like that. Chanel,
yeah.
They're wearing that, so it's designer, or maybe they got a funny face.
I mean, the ways that I've seen so many different and very smart, whether it attaches behind your head or on your head and doesn't hurt your ears and your nose and so on and so forth. And those opportunities, it was around a mindset of that opportunity exists. And like you said, identifying it. And what's going to allow you to identify it is that mindset of abundance.
Yeah.
And what's important is on that mindset of abundance, like what is a mindset of abundance? I mean, I would suggest the first step is going to be really disciplining yourself to shut down the mindset of scarcity.
Yeah.
When you say, hey, that must be nice, you have to govern yourself. Like you have to check yourself on that, because when you say that must be nice, you're relinquishing that responsibility. And when the opportunity comes up to make these masks, you don't have a responsibility to see these opportunities.
Right. Well, it's finding, like in today's technological age. So when I broke my legs, I wasn't working. I had just switched to a different company, so I didn't have a lot of loans sitting there waiting for me. And I broke my legs. I'm in the hospital for a month. I get out of the hospital. I'm like, shit, how am I going to make money? What am I going to do? I have a laptop, and there was a website called Custom Ink, and you can get on there and design T-shirts, and then you can put them for sale. So that's exactly, I literally used something that cost $0 to get into, designed a T-shirt, told all my buddies who were in motorcycles. I said, hey, I've got this cool Sunday Fun Day shirt. It's got a guy on a motorcycle, and he's in a curve, and here's what it looks like. And not only my friends, but other people within the community said, hey, I want one. And they wanted one because I saw a need for something. And I said, okay, there's a need for this. Let me make it because I need to make it and I have no other option. I've got internet, I've got a computer, and it wasn't internet for long. That went away. But internet and a computer, and I can make it happen.
Dude, that reminds me of, I won't say the gentleman's name. I recently met with him, really, really good guy. He had a motorcycle accident recently, this gentleman I'm speaking of, and while he was laid out, I mean, he was physically laid out in his bed.
Yeah.
He taught himself, I thought it was cool as heck. I had a meeting with him the other day, and he was telling me about it. He taught himself how to build watches.
Wow.
So then he bought the parts. He would be, and he was buying like nice parts. I forget the name of there was a brand, but he was buying like these brand parts. Yeah. I think he said he was in his parts like $100, and then he would sell them on eBay anywhere from $500 to $700. Yep. And he would do this laying on his belly in his bed.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's genius.
You just figured out. And what I thought you were going to say is he taught himself the stranger.
I think he did. He already knew it before the.
But no, I mean, back to kind of what we're talking about here. Change the mindset of that must be nice to how can I achieve that?
How can I?
That's where my mindset has changed. And again, I was guilty of it at some point in my life where I'd look at something and be like, oh, it must be nice. That's not obtainable for me to what does it look like for me to get to that? What
does it look like? That's huge. That's very important.
Yeah. And knowing the metrics of what that looks like. So if it looks like I have to get up every morning and stand on one leg for 30 minutes, and then at the end of the night, I got to do it on one hand. If I want to achieve that, and if I want that must be nice item, or that must be nice life or career or whatever it is, because bear in mind, I'm not just talking about monetary here. I'm talking about accomplishing your goals, whether it be family, spiritual, personal, monetary, whatever it looks like for you. If you want it, figure out, have that question. How do I get to that? If you're looking at a successful real estate agent, you look and you say, okay, what steps is that individual taking that allowed them to get to that point? Start dissecting what it is they're doing and what their habits are, and then repeat.
Emulate.
Repeat. Yep. Because let's face it, like nobody has come back and said, hey, that round wheel we invented? It's not fast enough. Let's make one that is this shape instead. Like the wheel's round. Okay, now we've made them in different sizes, different tread patterns, different horsepower, different, there's so many variations of the wheel. But the fact is, the concept of the roundness of the wheel still exists.
Absolutely.
So that means the basis of getting there is the same.
It's something that I want to add into that. I love this one. So wherever you have the opportunity to say, I can't, and an example, you might say, I can't afford that, right? Yeah. So you might want a mansion, or it might be a car, it might be a helicopter, a private jet, a business, so that would be an example where you say, hey, I can't afford that, or whatever it is. You say, I can't do that, or I don't have that connect. I'll swap out I can't for how can I?
Right.
And I mean immediately, like overnight, your life's going to change.
Yeah.
So now you want a private jet, right? And so instead of saying I can't afford that, we swap it out and we say, how can I afford that? Right. Whatever that answer is just exists, right? It's just the facts, but you now understand how you can make that a reality if you so choose based on the ecology of that decision. That's your choice, okay? But to say I can't relinquishes responsibility. It secures you as a victim. It secures you in that scarcity mindset.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is we have to realize this. So your Bill Gates, your Mark Cubans, your all these high up entrepreneurs that have eventually achieved some level of notoriety that we're like, oh my God,
Tiger King,
yeah, Carol Baskin, but the fact is they literally have the same 24 hours in a day as we all do.
Same 24. There is no. I'm sorry, I get excited there.
No, you're good.
There's no deficiency. Like we all have different talents. We all have different shapes. We all have different amounts of money. But across the board, there is zero deficiency on time, and no one can dispute that.
Well, and let me go back to, you said different shapes. I'm hoping that wasn't a fat joke. Again, we have the same 24 hours in the day. but no, at the end of the day, you do. So it's about figuring out efficiency. So how can I do this? How can I do it efficiently? And how can I continue to grow this in order to achieve whatever it is? And I'm going to take your example of the private jet. Maybe your first experience isn't buying a private jet, but maybe simply riding in one.
Ooh.
When it cars, for example, I set a goal. I was sitting there in a seminar one day, and I looked up. There's a particular car I wanted. I looked it up, and I was like, okay. And I downloaded a bunch of pictures to my computer that would come up on my Apple TV. So what I did is I made that real, and I told my mechanic, I said, if I hit this goal at the end of the year, this is the vehicle I'm buying. I made it real by telling him that, like, I am going to buy it, because if not, end the year comes, mechanics can be like, bro, where's that car out?
Right, right.
Sorry, I didn't hit my goal. And actually, I had to say that the first year. I was like, I didn't hit my goal. I can't buy it. I can't have it. The next year I did. The thing I'm getting at is I looked and I saw what it took in order to achieve that. I set a goal to make that happen, failed, held myself accountable, didn't go out and get the goodie, waited, next year achieved, got what it was I set out to get. So the fact is I knew what it took. It took me a little longer than I anticipated. I made it real by telling people this is what I'm going to do, and then I achieved it.
I just want to highlight this is I just want to highlight the fact that you set a goal, met temporary defeat, and kept going, and now have the achievement.
Right.
You could have easily been like, oh, okay, like that was cute, but I can't do it because I just tried, so I can't do it. But you immediately shifted, reset, kept going. You didn't reset the goal. You reset the priorities. You reset your energy focus. You reset things like that, but you didn't reset the goal and then accomplish the goal. Yep. Just because you went after it once and didn't get it, and that just means that you got to go about it a different way. Look, we don't always just get everything we want just the first time, the exact way we want it. I mean, it's like we all know life just ain't like that.
Well, the big thing is I surrounded myself with people that I considered top producers. higher producers than me. Not the people that are just like, hey, we're all average. Cool, I'm average too, but I'm the high end of average.
Right.
Like I surrounded myself with people that
People
make
are
me
going to push you. They're not going to,
well, they make me uncomfortable
right?
Because
right.
we're in seminars and they're like, hey, who's done $150 million so far this year? And all these hands come up. They're like, all right, who's done 2? I'm like, me.
You're like, real quick, me.
Right. Up,
Yeah,
down, up,
yeah.
down. And then the coach is like, hold your hand up. I'm like, no.
Hold your hand up. Yeah, you're like, dang it.
But it's the uncomfortable. But see, here's the great thing, and we preach this, and we talk about this in every show to some capacity. Those people that were all higher, they were no different than me. They didn't look at me differently. In fact, those people came and said, hey, dude, I got an idea I want to share with you. Tell me what you think of this. Like, they're giving me their secrets. Like, here's the secrets. You know, we see that Bean commercial with the dog, and the dog's always running around, and the dog can talk. And it's like, don't give away the recipe.
Yeah.
Those people are like, I'm the dog, and here's the recipe.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that's the other thing. Surround yourself with people that want to achieve or have achieved the same goal as you. Don't surround yourself with people that don't believe in your goal, because if they don't believe in your goal, they don't believe in you, and they don't believe you can achieve it, and you just don't need that negativity in life.
Nope. Get rid of it. Trim the fat.
Trim the fat. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I think today was an extreme value. So we hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this is you're seeing the video portion of this. This is something new that we're rolling out.
We're pretty excited to do the video and to continue on the video. You guys will see some new additions. We'll get that decanter over here and some other gag props. We'll do some gag props.
We'll start getting ripped.
But
9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But yeah, we're real excited and look forward to seeing you guys next week.
All right, we'll talk soon. All right, good to go. I heard everyone starting to get loud in there, so I was like, fuck it.
Shut it down. That was a horrible intro on my own, but it was like steamroll it, right? But so in the future, I think when we sit down, just literally, I think